Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Cat Crypto here. So it's been an interesting day, just kind of been sat watching from the sideline as things unfold. Really interesting AMA over DJ Trev's channel this evening. Well, last night so to speak, because this one's coming out in the morning for you. There was a lot said about a USTC repeg. I was really interested in it until obviously finding out about this whole reduction of the burn tax or just removing it in general. I don't quite understand it, and I need it to be written out so we can look into it a bit more in depth and look at the pros and the cons better, because it's not always easy to understand something when it's just been said to you once. You don't have time to take correct notes and things like that. So moving on really with what could possibly be coming up for us this month. Well, possibly the merge is expected to take place this September, and the merge has been one of those things where, well, it's kind of built up the way that people and influencers built up this whole Robinhood was going to take SHIB to the moon theory. And the merge is, if it's everything is cracked up to be, as you can see here, the merge is an upgrade to the Ethereum blockchain, the technology that fuels the second largest cryptocurrency, and other technologies in the crypto ecosystem, like non-fungible tokens, NFTs, is expected to take place in September. Pretty much reducing, supposedly, I think, gas fees and other things like that, making it a much better blockchain. And a lot of people have said that this is going to be the next bull run and things like this, and it landing around the same time we should be possibly getting the burn tax. That's if obviously these people that were speaking on DJ Trev's channel put in that reduction or removal, so to speak. But really looking forward to that white paper that's going to be coming out with all that on. For now, we're going to head over to the actual proposal itself, and if we get up to the top, there we go. And this is pretty much laying down the plan about the burn tax, everything about the burn tax, the pros, the cons, and everything else in between. But the most important one is for the timeline. And it pretty much tells us exactly when we should see the parameter proposal submitted on September 12th. And that's if TFL doesn't merge. But if TFL accepts their merge and pull requests wallet before September 5th, then I think it's going to be submitted on the 6th of September. So, and it looks like, from what I can see and from what I've been seeing and looking at on the GIT hub, is that TFL are accepting the terms, however you want to put it, but they're merging. I think they've made 2 merges now, so I think there's only a couple more left to do, and it's a really simple 300 word line of code. It's actually not something that's overly complicated to bypass. So hopefully we don't have to walk the route of having an unofficial desktop system and website wallet and things like that. And I know there's a lot of people going, well, yeah, you're just fudding. You're just fudding. At the end of the day, it's in the Agora text, folks. And if it's in the Agora text, it's there for us to address. And the way I always like to see stuff like this is it's a debate. Okay, things are there for us to debate about. And if there's something that in my mind's raising alarms, I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not going to try and hide that from you folks. Okay. The timeline itself is really good because it's the 3rd of September. Like I said, TFL look like they're merging the burn requests, so everything should go ahead. And the way to look at this, and a lot of people keep saying it this way, it's kind of like our rite of passage. And the burn tax does so much more than just reduce the supply of coins. It brings us all together under kind of one huddle, so to speak, and we stay in that huddle and being kind of getting what's indicated for us and what we voted on. And I know a lot of people will be sat there saying, well, we voted on this months ago. Why are we even voting on it again? And it all comes down to setting the burn tax. But if you haven't gone and watched Trev's AMA with some of the TR members, you probably should go and watch it, hear about this proposal, and hear about the possible burn tax reduction or removal of the burn tax and hear it from a developer's standpoint, so to speak. But really looking forward to the Agora text that will be submitted for this, so we can really have a good look into it, break down exactly what's going on. But as you can see right here, this is the transactions that are affected by the tax itself, the tax being obviously the burn tax. Message send, message multi-send, message execute, message swap send, message initiate contract, message execute contract. And it affects a lot more than just the on-chain. Possibly it can affect certain wallets that conduct transactions on-chain as well. So it's always good to have a good read through this. But I saw Matthew Perry was saying, you know, what's the timeline? We don't know the timeline, but it's right here at the bottom. And this tells us everything we need to know about the burn tax, the pros and the cons of TFL not merging. But my stance is, if TFL have merged the V21 and V22, which were the ones that were so important to restoring the governance, why would they then shoot themselves in the foot by not merging the burn tax and things like that? And it's all good people saying, it's not going to do much, it's not going to affect this, it's not going to affect that. And we kind of just need to put it in place, see what happens. And I know there's a lot of people saying, well, it could kill a lot of the transactional volume, but a lot of the transactions have to take place. They just have to take place on the blockchain. Before you can get outside of the blockchain, you're still going to need to make. So I honestly believe, because everybody voted on it and mostly everybody who's involved is happy with that tax, that it's not really going to mess much up. The only thing that needs to be addressed, which is not being addressed, is the burn tax on NFTs, because we're going to do a video about it, diving into exactly what and how it affects the NFT system. But it's the same thing with the Terra Shuttle system. We really need to address the Ethereum side of things, especially with the merge coming. It makes even more sense to make sure we have a bridge to this blockchain, and for projects on that blockchain to port over and port backwards, so to speak. And that was the whole point of Wrap Luna. So yeah, really interesting. And you know, folks, there's a lot of scams going on. I've seen so many scams. Do not put your memos anywhere but in a safe place. You're in effect giving someone the pin to your wallet. Okay, they can then use your monomics to recover your wallet, take all your coins, and then it's finito, bye-bye, you know, all of your Lunc coins. So do stay safe out there. None of this is financial advice. Do remember that. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me, anybody posting WhatsApp numbers, and we will catch you in the next one, folks.